Regarding the CSK loss a few days back, listen to this man from Sports Today and the points he makes that apply aptly for CSK and other teams that are playing this way.
Look at the teams where you are trying to adjust a player because either he's captain or because he's a mainstay or a popular name, he has to be in the team. You're trying to adjust them in the team by saying, oh, this is how they bat, strike rates are overrated, or if he can't, they can't really accelerate in the latter half of the innings. If they are not going to open or play in the power play, then they're a waste. So you're accommodating a player. As soon as you reach a compromise formula, you're not going to do well. Look at teams like Kolkata, look at teams like Chennai, look at a team like GT. If you're trying to compromise in your top three, not following the demands of T20 cricket, but adjusting to what a player can give you, you're going to bear the brunt of it. And that's exactly what's happening with Gujarat. And that's why I said, if you need to look at any inspiration, all youngsters, nobody better than Virat Kohli, who's still trying to evolve. Gujarat, same problem. You're going to have batters batting at 130 strike rate.
Now I'll get back to what he said and why he's bang on about why CSK is trying hard to mold the team for one player rather than mold the players according to the team and what the team wants. But I also want to talk about Ashwin's accurate analysis on his Tamil channel regarding the loss, and I don't know why CSK is not taking advantage of his analysis. Ashwin stated the reason for the loss was the sixth pitch that we played and explained beautifully why it suited the fast bowlers. The moisture that was laid on by the groundsman made it even harder to play for the batsman. That is, once the rollers went in. He described that and also how Sai Sudarshan and Gill had knowledge of the dimensions and where to hit, which is why they hit on the square boundaries and they played the pull shot and those kind of lap shots like Sai Sudarshan played the reverse sweep or reverse lap, if I'm correct, in those very direction. Also, why did they use the sixth pitch instead of the pitches we were winning on? I get it that the pitches are wearing off, but we needed to use this pitch badly. Ashwin even presented it as a strong case that they had a 10-day break before before the previous game and that they played in, that they could have played in this pitch. They had many reasons to play in this pitch. What it showed for me is that the away team had prepared much better because they had 4 Tamil players who knew the ground well and probably passed on that information to the grateful coaching staff. Our team has guys like Ashwin or P-Dog who are amazing analysts in their own respects, but they don't take advantage of it because the Chennai Super Kings and Ashwin has some dispute between them after the fallout of Ashwin leaving CSK. That's the only logical reason I can think of. This brings us to the match itself. As this guy pointed out in the clip that I showed right now, unless we change our ways, we would need to heavily rely on Sanju Samson, and that is to get 100 and bail us out on each match. We are playing with obvious fear. I mean, you can see it in almost every batsman, that insecure body language. They're worried if they get out, what will the other batsman do? You can see it in their mind itself and their body language. They're so nervous. And one of the biggest culprits is Dubey. He got 3 chances in the match. Any batsman worth his salt, even after 1 chance, would make the bowlers pay and make that full team pay. He got 3 chances and he still flopped. And at the end of the match, he did a Kohli, like literally at the first innings break, he was saying that this was a 2-paced wicket and giving the same excuses like the old RCB used to do, even after he saw Jamie Overton hit 6s in fewer balls. And then, of course, the main tactical blunder. This is why Stephen Fleming and the management have to be removed after the season is over. I cannot stress it enough. What was the need to bring at that moment Sarfraz? I understand 2 wickets fell. Why the panic? I mean, man up and let Brevis play in that innings. Who knows what he could have done during the power play at 4? He probably could have hit a couple of boundaries and got some form. The one thing I like about Brevis is that, at least from what I've seen, he doesn't look, the few innings he got, except for one, barring this innings and another, he had intent. He got out fast, but that's how he plays, something like Urvil Patel. You can't blame these guys. That's how they are built. And when he came right after Sarfraz got out, you can see that pressure was showing all over his face with 3 wickets gone. when you have pressure and your team is failing a lot, you cannot play your natural game. This constant negative energy from Fleming because he's stubborn and he thinks the old way of playing cricket, that is the one-day style of anchoring with one player. See, that might work in one-day cricket, and especially in Test cricket, it's important. But T20 is one game where selfish cricketers, they get exposed very easily these days. I cannot stress it enough. Anyways, because we used up Sarfraz, we couldn't get Mukesh Chowdhury, who would have been very useful in that pitch. Because that kind of swing bowling, I mean, you saw what Anshul Kamboj did, right, in that pitch? He was terrific. Kamboj was deadly. All we needed was one swing bowler like him, and Mukesh was the right choice. But because we panicked, we lost the plot there, and the fact that the staff of the home team didn't understand the pitch, but the away team, which had 4 Tamilians in it, who understood the pitch, and we have Tamilians like Ashwin and P-Dog, Ashwin, the former CSK player, of course, and P-Dog, who know these things, and they're not getting any say in the management. But we have a management which seems like they're not even trying to understand or interact with the local players to understand what's going on in the pitch, and they keep blaming, we don't understand what is this new shape of ground. But when you have so many people willing to help and you're not accepting the help, there's something going on which we need to understand. And I wanted to make a video at the end of the season talking about all this, but we need to start making some solid changes, guys, starting with Fleming and the coaching staff. We need guys like Ashwin, P-Dog, especially P-Dog and his analysis. It's brilliant because he doesn't seem to give the kind of analysis which seem biased. He's even willing to call it BS on teams he actually likes, which is a very good trait to have in an analyst. I almost stuttered when I tried saying that. And we need maybe someone like Dhoni himself as coach or Rahul Dravid. Finally, the auction strategy in the year end. Even if we're going to get crappy players, and that's because all the best players are taken now, guys, at least let it be a trial run this time to take players that we need and to also be fearless. I mean, that is important, to impart fearlessness in the team. That's one thing I wanted to talk about, was this anchor style of batting. It's very risky because it's heavily reliant on the top 3 batsmen. For that, you need a great bowling attack, and we had Patirana then, which is why what Gujarat Titans is doing, that is exactly our template. They're copy-pasting our playbook, word for word, style for style, in most ways. And they're reliant on their top 3 too. Ashish Nehra probably took a lot from us. And with this template, we used to come to the finals much. I'm not denying that. More than even Mumbai Indians. But we also lost a lot to teams who play aggressive cricket from not just the top 3, but the whole team. And Mumbai Indians used to do that. And right now, the teams which are playing similar to Mumbai Indians are RCB and Punjab, to an extent maybe SRH. When I say this, I mean the old Mumbai Indians, not the current one. What I'm suggesting right now is not going to solve all the problems with CSK overnight. It will probably take a good 2 to 5 years, maybe even close to 10 years. But if we start playing fearless cricket, we're going to see small changes, and then we'll become dangerous again. But if we're stubborn and stick to this policy of being conservative, at least be like Gujarat Titans, sticking to it seriously, not trying to do half of being aggressive, half of being like a Gujarat. That is, obviously Gujarat depends on the top 3, like what CSK used to do. And like I was saying, at this point, CSK is neither aggressive or conservative. They're trying to be aggressive, but at the same time, they're also trying to be conservative. So it's only going to hurt the team. You need to make up your mind in which way you're going to play the game. If you're going to be aggressive, be wholly aggressive. The next batsman comes out, he should think runs, not losing his wicket and what am I going to do next. Or you should think in the conservative style. The thing about when you lose a wicket, you have to start conserving. Like, when you start losing like 2 wickets, etc., really quick. And this is not the old Mumbai Indians way. The old Mumbai Indians team are doing exactly what RCB and teams like Punjab are doing, which I just said now. Even if they lose 2-3 wickets, they would take the max, a couple of singles in 1 over, maybe even 2 at the max, and then they would start hitting boundaries again. Singles is like the worst thing for them at this point in time. But you saw what Rutraj did in that match. I mean, I understand it was tough initially, so I give him credit for that when 2 wickets fell, 3 wickets fell. But the strike rate was pathetic. He should have gotten at least close to a runner ball, at least a 90 to 100 strike rate, not 50. I mean, even if they were like demons all over the pitch, you should get some singles, twos at least. He was playing Test cricket, and people are justifying and saying that was a great innings considering 3 wickets fell. That was a nervous, bad innings, really pathetic innings. And next, Kartik Sharma. I have no issues with that guy as a person, and I think he's going to be a great player still. Is he really worth 14 crores, as everyone says? He still has a lot to learn. I mean, the way he gave a free 4 with the edge, and I understand he's a keeper and he's not used to fielding, and he dropped a easy catch of Vaibhav Suryavanshi the first match. I've still not seen the kind of sixes which I've heard so much he's done in the practice sessions for CSK compared to the other batsmen. He's still not really shown that. Maybe a tiny glimpse when the ball is there to hit. I want to see him do some innovative shots against great balls. And this is the thing. We shouldn't be playing him just because he's worth 14 crores. Ideally, in that match, it would have been great to see Urvil Patel and Sarfaraz Khan playing in the playing 11, and Kartik Sharma shouldn't have even been playing in that match, but they did that. And again, as much as I want to get angry at Brevis, he just got a few matches, but he showed intent in the matches he wanted to hit, except for today. I mean, I could understand after 3 wickets fell, maybe even Fleming, as usual, brought his negative energy and told him to play a little bit, defensive. Because I'm telling you, Fleming, with that decision of bringing Sarfaraz in after 2 wickets fell, that panic thing, that was definitely Fleming or someone in the coaching staff to do that nonsense. Because Rudraj was batting them. And like I said about Dubey, he's been flopping since 2023. Somebody needs to sit and talk to him about this. Like, ask him questions. Are you serious about playing for CSK? What exactly are you doing for CSK? I understand he won the World Cup for India, so you have to give him some leeway, but 7, 8 matches, even Sanju Samson got 2 centuries. He's getting a lot of leeway since 2023. I feel like he's just riding this team like it's his grandfather's team. He's not playing any serious innings at all. Like, I've not seen anything of substance that can, bring fear into the other team. Like, I'm not seeing that. He's just coming over there, playing some shots and missing and going away coolly. So anyways, the way this team is playing, we'll win matches either by luck or completely inconsistent. We won't win consistently unless we make a lot of changes, starting with the management, the coaching management, to summarize for what I was ranting about. And when I say management, again, the coaching staff, probably the captain too. It's affecting his batting. And I don't know. He shouldn't be opening. He should be changing his game and learning from Virat Kohli. And I'm the person who says the most critical things of Virat Kohli as a human being, but as a player, Virat Kohli is a great player. And he's changed his game and is even more aggressive. Rutraj is still stuck with some of these other kids like Shubman Gill. T20 has evolved. So, Ritu, the question is, have you evolved? Please like and subscribe, guys, for more CSK content in English. I'll translate most from experts, which we probably wouldn't be able to find, to English too. And comment too, guys. Take care.